Where am I? Hello, good evening everyone. It's Mortho here. First of all, let me start off by saying last night was just fantastic. Thank you for everyone that came along to the, to me, making a fool of myself. Last night was fantastic. The staff at Brew, they're always lovely, they're always really nice people, really fun to talk to. And also I had a couple of friends that tagged along, went live for a bit and had a few people tune in as well. It was a really fun evening. Woke up feeling pretty fucking dusty this morning, but yeah, it was just a night of just laughing, talking about artwork, all that. Just a beautiful night, brilliant night. Hey guys, let's get into these. So basically we're just looking at two black markers, 15mm nibs. One is from KRINK, other is from Montana Cans. So here we have the KRINK K-51. This one, it's just called the Bold, B-O-L-D. Now, they are both black ink. They're both 15mm. How different can they be? So yeah, first impressions of the actual KRINK marker is that, well, the body's plastic, basically. It's just a plastic body. I did unscrew it the other day, but they are refillable. The mechanism in here, it's almost identical to the mechanism that's in here. Also, yeah, the nib, it's not the cleanest cut sort of nib, but it's, you know, it'd be fine. It's just a bloody nib. It might be more durable, who knows. The Montana one, it's in an aluminium body. So, not plastic, aluminium, and that's really good. The mechanism in the top, very easy refill, very basic mechanism. Like, I can't imagine these being all that different. I think it's going to come down to the actual ink. It's preloaded. Again, like, for a Montana marker, and I think it's about $5 cheaper. Let's have a look, actually. Okay, so the Montana Cans Bold, you're looking around, roughly around $15 in Australia. The KRINK K-51 are looking at between $18 and $20. So let's just say it's $5 more expensive than this guy. Okay, so the KRINK K-51, its juice capacity is 30ml, so that's pretty good. The juice capacity of the Montana Cans is only 20. Again, the more expensive one is a plastic body and a bigger juice capacity. The cheaper one by $5 is the Montana Cans, aluminium body, and 20ml juice capacity. Stop waffling on and just put them to the test, see what they're all about. So I really can't imagine these being all that different. I'm gonna start by doing a couple of streaks and get them wicked on just a bit of paper here. Let's just see how well they wick. Oh yeah, that's happening straight away, which is quite good. Means we've got some really thin ink. Wow, that was super quick. Oh, nice and chunky. Whew, smelly. Very smelly. Okay, now let's wick up the KRINK. Straight away, wicking it is a bit more of an effort. Oh yep, it's happening. And there we go. Nice and juicy.
Rest in peace, old dirty.
Getting some streaks here. See, it's got a bit of white in the gaps there. Now it's fully wicked. It seems to be better. It seems to be a bit more of a sharper nib. Smelly. Alright, let's go and hit an actual surface. Now, it was council pickup recently, council collection. So people throw out a bunch of crap. So I got this sort of laminated bit of MDF or chipwood or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Looks like it's an old desktop. It's quite bold. The KRINK seems to be a little bit streaky. Like, they do claim in this guy that the ink was handmade in the US. Like, it just says handmade US. They have to be referring to the actual ink, because there's no way that they made this plastic thing in the US. Like, that would make this pen worth a fucking fortune. Yeah, the Montana, no streaking. That's fucking very black. Yeah, for an ink that they claim that is handmade and stuff like that, I'm not really that impressed. The Montana Bold is what it says on the tin. It is bold. The KRINK seems to be quite streaky, but look, they're both permanent markers and they both do the same thing. Basically, with the KRINK one, you are just paying for 10 ml extra juice capacity, marginally different. Honestly, I prefer the Bold at the moment because it's just a straight normal cylinder. The KRINK one's got this sort of stupid fucking grip ring which makes it awkward to hold. At the end of the day, they're just markers. I just don't understand why these KRINK ones are getting so much hype. I think it's because that the ink is USA made, and that's apparently good. In my opinion, it's meh. The Bold, in my case, in my opinion, the Bold is just great. Yeah, look, they're fine. Both of them are just fine. Like I said, I do rather the Montana. It's just bold, straight on. The KRINKs, you just get a bunch of streaks in it. I don't understand the hype behind KRINK. It's just a pen. But, you know, that's me. Now, where can you get these? Right, so KRINK markers you should be able to get mostly anywhere because they're just so hyped at the moment. So, yeah, you should be able to find these almost at any graph shop. Okay, so this exact model, the KRINK K-51, at the moment it's available from Vandalvault at a much more reasonable price. Vandalvault seems to be able to do this quite a lot. They seem to be able to slash prices and match them with their competitors. So at the moment these are $14.95 each. Street Fame do stock KRINK products, not necessarily this size, but what I have seen on their website is that they do stock the KRINK mops. Now, apparently, I haven't tried any of the KRINK mops yet, but I've seen them reviewed quite a lot, and apparently the hype is real. They are meant to be super, super buttery smooth. And Red Belly Culture at the moment are selling these, the KRINK K51 at the moment, also at $15. So that's really good. Now, this guy, it turns out this guy is the same price as this guy. So earlier, I didn't lie. It's just some of the regular shops that I support at the moment stock these guys at a marked down price. So these guys, it turns out they're the same price, except these guys you can't actually. It doesn't seem like these are regularly stocked from a lot of people, which is a bit unusual because they are a great marker, but I suppose that these, the KRINKs, bring in a bit of the hype. So people get more excited over KRINK markers. You know, how cool would it be saying, like, I own a KRINK marker, you know? I did pick up this Montana Cans Bold marker from Crush City in-store here in Brisbane. Unfortunately, it's not available on their website. So I reckon more people will be inclined to buy KRINK because of the branding. I'd still, however, really like the Montana one Look, guys, they are the same price, basically. It's just going to come down to what you feel. I just feel like this, like in my hand, this feels like it's a better quality. It's in an aluminium body. It's the ink itself is a lot more bold and just doesn't really streak. This guy, it's a plastic body. The ink is quite streaky, but whatever, they both do the same thing. So guys, there you go, that's my 2 cents on markers, competing markers as well. Yeah, it just comes down to what you want to do with them. Like, these are fine. Alright guys, well, I hope that was enlightening for you. Stay tuned and I'll bring out another review of something. I will say, just with Christmas coming up and stuff like that, there's a few people that are pushing some sales. So I know Street Fame have got some sales on constantly. I know Vandal Vault have a 20% off code at the moment. So all of this stuff, it doesn't hang around forever. So get in quick, get some stuff done for Christmas. Pick up a few prezzies for yourself and get yourself sorted. Alright guys, I'll see you later. See ya!